Girlies, how are you? I still wasn't on time, but I made it in 6 minutes of my goal. So I'm just trying to do better every day. I'm also going to tell the both of you because, well, I can tell you my intentions because you're the people that I can set them with. And then also, I've already told Joe, but my goal is to be here for 2 hours or less unless someone comes in willing to pay, just because I've got to, I can't stop reading because it's healthy to keep that connection going and the flow going. But I also shouldn't be doing 6-hour reads when we have $40 left in our bank account until question mark, I can spend some time trying to make money elsewhere or figuring out something. But I think it'd be important to read every day. So I'm going to keep reading. I can't stop. But I'm not going to read for 6 hours it's like ignoring your family for too long for no benefits to them. How are you? You talked about wanting to do more art. Well, I know both of you are super creatives, right? But Kat, you were talking about wanting to do more of your glass art, and so it was probably because of that. But I had a dream. Um, I dreamed that last night that you had some things already made, like pieces pre-made, and that you could put all together. And when you made it, it became sort of like your I can't think of another word, so I'm going to say masthead. Um, like the masthead for your company, and then eventually, if you want to create something else, right, like to make a different masthead, that's fine. But to start off, like use the colors you have to be symbolic for the energies you want to achieve, or energies you want to put into your creations. So like we could use the aura colors book, or you could use what you know about stones or whatever. But they said you already had some pieces you could put together, which would be cool. Why? What funeral? Sorry, that just came in. Like I got a whole bunch of goblins. Okay, be right back, Joe. Okay. Huh? To which thing? You have your circle for that. Are you talking Pix? Are you saying about the funeral also? Were you having a hard? Did we cut out or something? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Yeah, we were talking. It was like some of it loaded on me a little late too. Like I know there's always a delay, but I was talking on and on about Kat making art, and then all the stuff came in that she was going to a funeral. I was not trying to ignore that. What happened? Like because you didn't mention it yesterday. Uh, cat. Weird. Oh, Pix, I was talking to you about a lot of stuff, and I was telling both you and Kat what my intentions were. Can you both hear me now?
I hear you.
Okay. Man from church's daughter's a nurse at Children's. He had had some strokes. And but she passed away? Is that what you're saying? What happened? Well, what the heck? Wasn't it the other what the other child that had some problems? Tell me what happened with Jacoby. All you missed at the beginning. It was like banter about how I'm trying to set boundaries and intentions for myself, and so that I feel like I still need to read every day, no matter what, because it's good practice and setting myself up to practice, and but that I'm never gonna if there's no one there, that's able to pay at the time, I'm never gonna go beyond 2 hours because when you have $40 in your bank account for your entire family, even though it's not like I'd be earning anywhere else at midnight, I could be working on, you know, other things or finding other avenues to stream or whatever. Because I feel like you know, I tried to hold down that job. I feel like I'm starting to get cornered because it just was too much for my body. And then we talked about a dream I had about Kat making some art, some very specific art. No, her dad, Richard. Okay, he passed away. I'm sorry to hear that. Did you just hear about it today? Well, I guess today was. No, today was not. I was going to say today was Sunday, but that is not true. Went into the house, tripped, and hit his head on the coffee table, busted his head open. Oh my gosh. Um, like, did he need stitches? A few days ago. Well, I'm sorry for. There's this guy. This is straight. This is gonna be weird. Let me see if I can just find it. Hold on a second. How many stitches did this poor little boy have to have? People need to be calling. Like, that's too many tragedies in a one stretch period. And that vicious bitch is gonna go after Ashton because this stuff happened at her house. I haven't done a reading on it, but I just feel I'm looking for a very specific. I want to find a very specific clip to send you, Kat.
Owen Jenkins? Sister. Nothing. With you.
I'm gonna find it here.
I don't know. You don't love? I'm not speaking. Hey, buddy. You only do it. Please. This neck of the. I do not. I'll make them into a minute. You would find what. Sun doesn't shine. I don't know. You don't know?
I've got to find this clip because I'm hearing a character. He's like just like a really like tertiary character in the movie Steel Magnolias. But your person that passed away from church is talking, I believe. But he had a voice that reminded me of this character, so I'm trying to find it to share it with you. I mean, I'm glad he's fine, but like, how are they going to be when they don't have Ashton to watch after them? It isn't that ironic in a lot of ways. Cat, that's pretty. Can I text it? Here, actually, you know what? I'm just going to show it here. So this is some of the art, the glass art that Kat has done, uh, and it has her company basically like name and logo on it. It's called From Broken Pieces. Then I don't know what it says down here, but it's beautiful. Let me turn the light up so when I hold it up, you can see it. So this is the type of artwork that Miss Cat here does out of broken glass. And she is always available to work on projects. And her rates are fairly affordable considering how amazing her products are and how much time they take to create. So I just wanted to put that up here. Right now, I don't think her website is up or anything like that. But if you randomly see this video, please leave a message in the comments and we'll make sure that she hears about it. From broken pieces, God makes beauty. That's awesome. Until Ashton, if she don't start away helping herself, those kids, CBS will be called. Ashton said, I'm not supposed to fear God, and she's already filed for truth. Yes, well, that's good. She's not even back yet. 65350. Yeah, I don't think he looks like this, but this guy, I feel like the voice I was hearing sounds like this guy. So I wanted to play it for you to see if it sounds familiar. Because as soon as you started talking about Richard, I had a man here saying that he was fine, and it's so kind of you to care and all that stuff. Okay, let's see. Told her I don't care what she does, but I will make sure those kids are taken care of one way or another. I don't care which way I have to go with it. Hi, Claudia. Broken pieces. Okay, God makes beauty. It's so pretty. I have a pic of a crowded darker to read. And for sure, keep that in mind for when I get my yellow house. Yeah. Up. Oh my gosh, those windows that are up above the doorways pics. If you could have something up in one of those, that would be amazing. How are you, Miss Claudia? I'm trying to find this person's voice. Okay, well, I can't find it, so hopefully you'll just remember. Okay, you sent me a picture. I don't think I mean, maybe it will look like him, but I think it's the voice. Oh, it's not too far off. This actor's a little smaller, of course, like smaller featured, but his coloring is quite similar. His haircut is almost exact. He looks like the mini version of this man, but it's something about his voice. So he's the guy in the movie Steel Magnolias where um, Shelby's character runs into him and he tells her that he used to be in love with Shirley MacLaine's character Weezer, who's notoriously unpleasant. And Shelby decides she's going to fix him up, so she has him just show up, and he's like, "Oh, Louisa, it's me, surprise!" and it's just anyway, it's the way his voice sounded, and this man immediately started to say that he's okay, and it was sure kind of you to care, and he's saying you always had something to talk with um, his daughter about, or to talk to him about what his daughter did, and he felt like you went out of your way to be open to everyone. That's all I've heard so far, but I didn't stay connected quite yet. House number, the shabby chic. Transom back. Welcome back. I'll have to look for it later and find it because it's also it's I think they showed me him because his voice is specific, and then the way he moved when he walked and gestured was really sort of unique. That's nice. That's nice. Yeah, he felt really warmly towards you. Like usually, that's not true. A lot of times, people that pass come to talk to people if they're mentioned, but like he came really quickly. Came really quickly. So, um, you know, he felt and still feels really warmly towards you. Um, oh, the character in Steel Magnolias, it doesn't matter, but his name is Owen Jenkins. He picked me also. The last 2 or 3 times I've seen you, I think I want to ask it this question, and then things get busy or we get talking about something else or whatever. I'm going to be terrible about whatever her name is. One of your two twins has a girl best friend whose health is often a little shaky. I have been motivated the last few times I saw you to ask about her and see how she is doing. So this is it. I will. Oh, he's so nice. He said, "Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you so much." Um, was he a guy that was big into like especially if we saw other dudes, right? Other guys. He was a big handshake guy, and he wasn't one of those like um cool handshake guys. Like he really shook your hand enthusiastically because he just was sort of an energetic delight. Oh no. Yeah, one of your twins, it was, I don't know, I've seen pictures of this girl a few times because she's a female best friend of one of your twins. And she even has been on family trips with you. But she has some ongoing, like, chronic health things. And I've been motivated the last few times I've seen you to ask how she is or if there's something going on with her. Greet her at front door. He said, I like that job very much, very much. Like he sort of excitedly keeps repeating himself a little bit. I like that job very much, very much. I got to talk to all of my favorite people, and it made my day happy. What's cute is it seems like he's talking about how um they made his day happy, and he's humble enough to not even consider how much he did for their life and their day. Is that who it was? She's the one that was like I think she was in the prom photo. She, is sort of in the prom photos. I don't know if it was a prom photo, but I think it was a dance photo of some kind, and then there was another picture of her like at the beach house with everybody, and she was quite willowy, very very pretty girl. Okay, so she's been there almost 2 weeks. Well, that coincides with about when I started seeing you again. What's going on? She okay, I mean, that's why they're saying ask about her. How is she? Like, what's happening that she's in the hospital? Heart stuff? Somebody said POTS, like stuff, which is sort of, I mean, it's not, it's complex, but POTS would just be like my reference point. It wouldn't necessarily be what she's got going on. But she having some things happen with her, like her heart rhythms or something? Cardiopulmonary. Yeah, if you have something even a tiny bit obscure, and you're not at a clinic that deals with obscure, when you find a doctor that's willing to round and come and be decent and work hard, like that's just a treasure. So it is a circulatory thing. That makes sense. Then they were saying like, um, she I can't remember. I feel like maybe she's a year behind age-wise the twins. I can't remember. But if I'm wrong and she's in college, how is that going? Yeah. Is that does she have phenylketonuria? PKU? Well, there must be some reason why, like, they were motivating me to talk about her. So I'm gonna go ahead and guess, like, she didn't invite them for some reason that she thought was kind. Like, like it was gonna be little, and she just wanted something tiny, but the families got involved and pushed for something bigger. Or, oh no, she doesn't have a fella that's threatened by your boys, does she? That can happen to a lot of anybody, but especially sick people who think that they don't deserve to have any kind of partner, so then they really a lot of us, especially early on, get paired up with extra super duper abusers because We're just grateful they're around and they make us work hard to feel grateful. Yeah, she loves you guys so much. She just doesn't want trouble, and she's also too exhausted. I hope that it's not like they're trying to send a message of like I hope that her parents, I guess what I'm saying is, have eyes on them all the time. Yeah, I mean, I get it. I get that, but let's, think about the choices we all made when we were young with far less. I made some choices like that because I was sick, and except for I was a little more stubborn, and so I would sometimes still insist on seeing certain people, but then that would get me actually hurt, like injured. And if she's got it in her head, she's got it in her head that she's gonna die young, and she gets one chance at anything. Like I'm just saying, like I'm not saying it's right, but I'm saying can have some serious empathy for that. I made some choices in relationships because I just felt like if I could do something for that person, whatever it was, in exchange for them like helping push my wheelchair and stuff so that my aging father didn't have to do it. Like I literally made those choices sometimes. Um, and they weren't good choices and they were dangerous choices too. And I mean, that person that I'm referring to in this moment already had plenty of their own shit going on. They already were not well adjusted. And then being around a sick person all the time when you're already sort of a little bit mental, like it made him worse, not better. I bet. I bet you. I bet you anything. She's terrified that she gets one shot and it doesn't get to be long, and she's almost like, you know what I mean? She's almost like, well, I don't think she's shrugging her shoulders and saying, well, whoever. But I think she's doing a lot of convincing of herself, you know, that he's the right person when she sort of knows deep down it's not because she just doesn't want to miss out, and she's real scared of that. Yeah, we've talked about that before. Like, but although he might at some point he might really, when he finds a compatible person, he could surprise the whole freaking world, right? Um, but because of that, like awesome because people tend to make much healthier choices when um they're literally able to really focus and use their whole brain. Mom was pushing it too. You're talking about this past December, like a month and a half ago, or a month ago? Oh, I bet they're talking about it just because like she feels more alone than ever. I might get the cards out just because I'm curious now because I've been consistently like saying, "How ask how that girl is." And did this boyfriend, like, was he around for the majority of high school? And they just were off and on because he's tempering, I think. I don't think they'd be encouraging me to talk to you about it specifically if she was over the moon happy. I suspect that, I mean, at least I feel like what they're saying is she's so sad that that was a choice she made, but she also felt like she didn't have other choices. Yeah. See, she's doing a lot of talking herself into that stuff. Oh, they're saying too, she worries about if she were to die and not have resolved stuff with y'all because she loves you guys. That's what they're saying. When I have my hands free, because I'm sure you can tell, eating noodles, which I'm sorry, but I'm hungry. Um, I bet you the cards are going to say something similar. Oh, they just showed me. Do you know this? It wasn't a great movie, but it was a movie. And again, like I want to talk. I've not been in that many movies, and I certainly haven't been anything close to a movie star, so I shouldn't be critiquing. But it was the movie. It had that singer Mandy Moore in it, and A Walk to Remember, where the girl had an illness and she was like a preacher's daughter or something too, and so she people thought she was really square, but really part of the reason it was overprotective was because she'd been sick a long time. And um, now this boy wasn't abusive, thank goodness, but it was about like sort of rushing to get to do all of the grown up things that she knew she wouldn't live long enough to do. And they just showed me that, like like Mandy Moore in her wedding dress. I wonder if, since she's in the hospital, I wonder if he's going to work all the time. Maybe they could sneak a visit in if they wanted to. That's awesome. Was it someone that did he bring him home for any of the holidays? The husband has been right there with her, you mean? Oh, is he in the same field of interest? Like, is he interested in something that's similar to emergency medicine? No. Do they meet at a club or something? Internet website, dating site? Was it like an internet website, wasn't it? It was oh my god. Why can't I think of what it's called? It's gay Tinder and like half of my friends are on it. Gosh darn it. Um I'm gonna find it. Was it Tinder? Oh, Grinder. Grinder is the one I was thinking of. That's like sort of like gay Tinder a little bit, but Tinder. Have you been allowed to know anything about the new beau? Well, and you just never know who's going to wind up where. They're young, have a good connection, and they wind up staying in touch from a distance and just staying pals. That it could go somewhere cool eventually. Okie dokie. Do they cook together? We're talking about. They showed me two people cooking together. They actually showed me the cutest. I mean, there's this cute couple. I don't know if they're really on TikTok or if they're on YouTube, um, or if it's TikTok and someone else posts their stuff on YouTube. But one of the young men is American and the other is French, and they're just the cute. Let me find that and send you a link because they're just the cutest. Let's see here. Nikki and Pierre. His trappy called Holton. Holton told him the secret time and said he had to check outside and he. Oh, he did. He cooked for him. Oh la la. See, he's a sweetie pie. Okay. Now my brain is clear. I'm looking at Pierre. That's so good. What about your oldest? Boy. Of course they do. They got a great mama. Is he dating a little bit? Mm. Oh, he did. Interesting. Oh, wow. That's amazing. I'm sure it is. Some of it is that he is seeing how, when he has a little bit on his own, how hard that is. And he probably even deep down has a little more respect for Ashton, probably. I mean, I know a little bit about how stuff went for you guys, and it wasn't easy going. Well, I do think, though, that being away from the up and down of that relationship maybe has granted him some clarity as well. And was open-minded and hearted enough to tell you that he understands. That's the thing that's even more impressive. One of your angels heard your prayers when you were saying, or your pleas, or however you want to put it, when you were saying just not too long ago, I just don't even know what to do. There's nothing left for me to do to be helpful. When he was pushing you to your, stress point. They did listen to you, which is amazing. Thank you to Pixie's guides, then. Thank you to the guides and the angels. That's so great. I'm genuinely excited about that for you guys. There's a sound clip I wanna play, but they'll probably flag my thing, even though I don't make any, like, money and I'm not on their pay thing, right? They still might flag me, so hold on a second. Hit mute 1 second just to make sure I got the right song. Okay, I sent it now, I can yeah, I do. I think it's funny that you use the word transitioning, but yeah, they were making me stay away from well, specific I mean, you 2 were the top on the list, but other people, like Amanda had a lot of energetic stuff going on too. Okay. Well, her name the friend, did you say her name's Tori, right? Okay. Let's just take a little gander at their family friend Tori since you guys have been talking to me about her. That's awesome. Like, is it largely because you just like don't you just love yourself now, right? Like you like who you are. I think there's still a one bird up in there. I'm so glad too. I'm so glad. That's a good feeling. I'm very happy. I'm happy for you that because I bet you that just feels nice. I mean, it has to do with a lot of personal work you've done. It has to do with a lot of contemplation of new concepts, um, you know, in terms of the world and all of that stuff. Having access to your mom in a way you didn't think you could, and knowing she's not gone anywhere. Like, I'm sure all of that, but it still doesn't take away all of the like energy work and other types of work that it takes to get you where you are right now. So that's amazing. Amazing. Hi, beautiful dream. Of course you can ask the question. We're sitting here just kicking it. This is a sort of a regular group, and sometimes we have a few more, but not a ton. Do we know you under any other screen names? Regardless, welcome. Sorry if there's noise in the background. My bird is being loud. Well, welcome then. We're really glad you're here. Who's coming towards you for your highest good? Um, who's coming towards beautiful dreams for their highest good? Let me start reshuffling these here, baby girl. Hold on one second. Who's coming towards beautiful dreams for their highest good? The first thing I heard right now, I haven't thrown any cards or anything like that, but the very, very, very first thing I heard is you're coming towards you for your highest good. Now, that doesn't mean that's going to be the only answer, but like it was an off the cuff, immediate answer from the guides that are around that parts of you, um, and I'm going to interpret that as, to a certain degree, a lot of self acceptance. But of course, I'm going to look at the cards as well. Now, just because we've just met and I want to pinpoint your energy, I don't care what you tell me about yourself. I don't care if you tell me your astrological sign or it just needs to be something personal to you, like your favorite song or your favorite book, or your just tell me one thing about you so I can try and connect to your energy since you're new here. And also, we've interacted now for 30 seconds. You've been doing that a lot. You would love to be in a relationship with a lot of what you do. I totally believe that. I'm from Brooklyn. Okay, that's no, which whatever feels like personal to you is fine with me. Like if you love being from Brooklyn, if you connect, and really that's a strong part of like who you are, then that works for me. I lived in Astoria for a while, not from there though, as you can tell. I just even from my speaking voice, I'm just not cool enough. It's a beautiful dream from Brooklyn. It's coming towards beautiful dreams for their higher and greatest good. Yeah, I heard you guys. I know. I heard you guys say yourself, but we're looking for more than that too. So could you please show us? I'm going to ask please to speak with my archangels and guides and beautiful dreams, archangels and angels and guides, and help us clarify some things for the higher and greater good of everyone involved. Please help things be easily interpreted and extremely helpful to this girl, this wonderful person, beautiful dream. I bet. I bet you've been there. Pixie lives in a little town, which honestly is like living in a borough of a big town, right? Because it's sort of a community that sticks together and is used to the same like sort of cultural um situations. It's like being people in this from the same block set of blocks. Beautiful dreams, guides, and angels. Can you please tell us what's coming toward them for the higher and greater good? Please tell us what's coming towards them for the higher and greater good. Okay. Is it? So, we'll see what they say here. Beautiful dreams. He is coming towards beautiful dreams for higher and greater good. He is coming towards beautiful dream for the higher and greater good. Interesting. He is coming towards beautiful dreams for the higher and greater good. He's coming towards beautiful dreams for the higher and greater good. He's coming towards beautiful dreams for the good. And more. Wow. How many more? Two, three, two. It's coming towards beautiful dreams for their higher and greater good. Interesting. I may need to pull some support cards here, but we'll find out. So I don't know how much you know about I don't know what you know about tarot, but if you know a little bit, I can tell you right now they wanted to drop 5 cards, so we dropped 5 cards, and 4 out of 5 of them are major arcana cards, um, and which sort of talks about it being like a time. It usually indicates a time that's really essential. Like you're at a place in life where the things that are happening, at least as of right now, are sort of going to be formative rather than it being like, well, certain decisions are important, but these are like overall life lessons. So you're in a phase of sort of intense learning and transitioning and 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 so a lot of the things that happen now are things that are really like that were built in, almost built in before you came in terms of lessons that you wanted to learn. Who is going towards you for your higher and greater good? Interesting. we have in this deck, there's a couple of major arcanas um, that they created specifically for this deck. So I'm reading a little bit about one of them here because I just.
It says one person watching. That's what I'm seeing.
No, everybody's here. It's okay. Okay, and then this other new card. Did they seriously not write anything about this other new card? Okay, I just want a couple of clarifiers here. Can you all tell me, please, guides, can you tell me, are we talking about, is this present or future? Is this where we're moving towards, or is this where we are at the moment? Better yet, can you show me where we very most recently came from? Okay. Do any more with that, okay? And then just to clarify, can you clarify this one card for me? Okay. All right. Jumping off point from here. Let me see here what's going on. I'm here. Me too, Joe. There's no. Okay. Please like and subscribe. Dream, Miss Dream, are you still here? I think I got too quiet. Okay, good. I thought, I know I get quiet when I read, and oh, it didn't go anywhere. Okay, so I'm always nervous when I read someone new because it's like, okay, but I need to trust my guides. So, I'll show you your cards first because I think you know a little bit about this stuff. So you know, like the difference between major and minor arcana and stuff. So your initial 5 cards. Your first card that fell was Temperance. The second card that fell was the Lovers. The third card. Okay, now what are you doing? My goodness, what is wrong? Wait, I'm sorry to scare everybody. What is going on? That is my bird. What is wrong? Are you okay? Because what the heck did you just do? What's on my doing this kind of like that? What's going on? Did you see angels or something? Here, you come up here and you go play on your playground. You're a safe girl, you know that, right? You can play on your playground. I'm sorry, you guys, because I would have had. Well, I did have sort of a mini heart attack. Holy cow! I've never heard her do that ever. Oh, yeah. I think she honestly. I think she saw like a spirit or an angel or something because she was looking at something. Okay. So anyway, it was Temperance, which my bird was not exhibiting much of. It was the Lover. The next card was the World, girl. Beautiful dream. The World. The next one was not Major Arcana, is the Two of Pentacles. And then the final one is, for the first, I've drawn more already, but is something that this artist made for her deck. It's called Take the First Step Today. Yeah, this is like I talk about her a lot. Like if she knew, she'd probably get bored. This is the Playful Heart Tarot by Kitten Chops, and I have some other like another giant deck that she made, but she's just one of my favorites. She's whimsical, and she clearly has like an extremely open heart. And she makes everything from her house. She prints it out. She hand cuts them still. I mean, I think soon she won't be able to do that because she's going to be selling so much. But she's awesome and talented. And okay, so then I asked just because we've just met, to clarify because this is a lot of stuff, right? I wanted to know like, is this where we are right now, or is this where we just came from? So this sort of it appears anyway that this is what we're moving in towards, what you're moving towards. Because I asked where you recently were, and uh, so it sort of said when it talked about where you recently were, the first thing that was the Five of Cups. Okay, The next things fell together, the Ace of Pentacles and the Ace of Wands. And then the Four of Wands. So I know you said something about you have a lot to love, a lot of love to give. Well, let me see, let's see what you said exactly. So to me, though, I know it says you have a lot of love to give, but it looks like there have been some people, if not a major person. It looks like there have been at least you. You don't strike me by looking at these cards as someone lacking options. Um, I don't know if that's how you feel or not, but you strike me as someone who draws a lot of people in, and maybe it just has it been like, is that your experience and you feel like you just haven't drawn the right one in? Would you say that feels accurate to you? Okay. Okay. Sorry, there's a lag, so sometimes I'm gonna wait just to see what your feedback is. Um, and because you strike me as extremely joyful as well, and, so it seems like you'll meet somebody, and because you seem to be a glass half full kind of person, right? Um, you see all of the things that are beautiful about almost everybody in existence, but you're not the best at warning signs always. And so you get really excited about new people, and look, I think a lot of people in this room have been like that. So um, that's great. It's a sign of a beautiful heart, because it means you're not skeptical of too much, but um, so you'll get really excited because you see the really good in people, right? And it always feels like this new fresh place you're going, and then all of the sudden, you know, at least like you see the reality faster than some of us do, right? Or you must have, is that accurate? You have some good people around you. I think it's family, or it's like people you've chosen to be your family, but it doesn't feel just like a fun time friend group. It feels like, you've got some people around you that will tell you the truth, and you trust them, which is good, and they are trustworthy people, right? But you'll get real excited, and they'll be like, "Dream, no," and you're like, "But this is you know." This is good. This is Let me tell you the good things. And they're like, yes, it's you're a beautiful human that sees the good things. And you're not dumb. You do see the bad things. You just don't choose to look at them so much. Partially because you're somebody that believes that people can change, and they can. They can change, but not usually as fast as you hope, right? Um, and so what's interesting is the place you just came from anyway. It looks like the place you just came from most recently, energetically and just timeline wise. You felt like you felt alone. You felt like, oh, there's just no one, there's just no one here for me, right? That's this card right here, the Five of Cups. But look at the Five of Cups is sitting there crying, and is like, I'm all alone, and hugging their their knees to their chest, and but back here on the shore, they've got somebody that's like, "Hey, I'm right here. Like, you are not alone. Um, you're not alone. I understand that you feel alone, and especially in your feelings, because this is water all over the place, right? So you feel alone in your feelings, and and I think maybe at least most recently, it looks like you're feeling misunderstood and not thrilled about that. But you did have people going, "I get you, honey, I get you, and I got you too." You know what I mean? I got your back. Um, and again, another thing that you recently came from, you were really excited about, well, it was new, like, new activities or new action. And then, and maybe, I don't know if this is a job. Were you recently like really excited about it? Like, because basically this is getting excited about new activities, right? And it's like all action, not as much thought, but a lot of action. And then, this is like sort of the start of something, often that's like a job, or the very beginning of something that could feel like, oh my gosh, there's a little stability in this active thing I've got going on here. But it seems like, because you're such an optimist in a lot of ways, which it's interesting with the Scorpio, you just don't feel quite. I mean, Scorpio rising too, so maybe there's something else in your chart that's super optimistic, um, because you don't feel quite as. I do want to call Scorpios jaded because I love Scorpios. Um, they're sort of, you don't seem as chill as Scorpios try to pretend to be. They're not, but they try and pretend to be that. And it looks like also you recently came up with a thing where, um, you really felt like you were connecting. You really felt like you were connecting, and gosh, this almost looks like, I don't know if this, um, where this exactly was, if this was like a holiday gathering, but to me it looks like there's either, like, it could be maybe a wedding or an anniversary party or something, because it looks like families around. Do you know what this is? What event this was? Yeah, I had a Scorpio addiction problem in my teens and 20s. Big time. I mean, in some ways, they sure make it worth your while. In other ways, maybe not so much. Cat Stenson. Wink. Did you? I'm sorry, I don't know if I'm lagging or not. Dream, do you know what event this was? Yeah, no, no, she says plural. Sorry, y'all. I'm going to pause and wait for a little feedback, just because it's important. Because whatever event this is, or gathering, or whatever, there's an aspect of it that's getting ready to head back in. It's interesting actually, because it's like it almost feels like a dorky old family friend or something, um, that that they had fun with. But it feels like almost like everyone in this room is like, hee hee hee. You're feeling like you want new. But does that mean you know who this is? This guy, this person, because they come back in the Lovers card. Um, but this gathering, I want to know if you know what this gathering is, because otherwise I want clarification, because that gathering was important. Uh-oh. Yeah, you think so? Why are you sad? Don't be sad. Hold on, I'm turning off my camera just for a second while I wait for you to tell me. Was it like I'm sorry, was it like a funeral or something? Okay. Okay, good, because I was like, I see the family here, and it looks like you're with this person, and they all, like, everybody, whether it's your created family that you're close with, or it's your actual family, but it is a wide variety of, like, of age groups and types of people. So that's why it sort of feels more like a family than just a plain old social circle. Oh gosh, I was so worried there for a second. I was like, this is a funeral, but I'm just talking in like it's a party or something. I'm very glad. Um, I'm very glad that it wasn't that. But so at this function, if you know where when that function was, or who, there was somebody there. Okay, so there was somebody there, and maybe you took them. I don't know if you took them with you or not, but the people in your world think that you're awfully cute with this somebody. They think, yeah, they just do. They think you're awfully cute, and it's something they've sort of hoped for a while. Yeah, that's why I wanted, because that's why I kept asking about here and wanting to stop if I'm not interpreting it properly, because it ties back it ties back into all these major arcana cards. Did you throw a party? Okay, so see, that's why I wanted to know. So I'll tell you what it shows up as, and we'll have to see how, if I, because that's why I kept asking. If I got this wrong, then I don't want to. reconsider or ask another question. But the way I'll just tell you how it looks. Okay, so it looks like either you threw a party. It feels like you had something to do with organizing this, whether it was like I don't know, a work event or I don't know, something. And all of these people in the background, right, are people that you know and love. And then I know that the people up here, you're one of the people up here. And it could be that to you, because to you it could be that it just felt like casual or sort of like not important. But if you look around the room, all the other people are catching a vibe about this situation, right? It could be that you're just like, yeah, this is fun, fine. I'll talk to you. Um, and so maybe they know something you don't, like maybe they know this person, like, if you're saying it's for your organization, then it could be that you were sort of busy work schmoozing and focused on other things, and so you were just being delightful and engaging with everybody in an upbeat way. But this person thinks a lot of you, and everyone else seems to know that. And so then so that's sort of the recent past. Coming into the now, they're talking about the temperance card, right, which is about seeking balance within yourself, and about um, making sure that, um, especially because you want things to be coming towards you, but you also, I think they're just reminding you that even though you're like really excited, they want you to be ready in other ways too. Like they don't want you to um, cut out the self care. We're going to a party in October, and this guy was cool with dance with me, but he didn't respect my boundaries, so I cut him off. He really liked what I realized after, and I was just thinking of him as a friend. I think this could be that guy. Let me just because that's why I'm saying everybody else in the room. So you're saying he didn't respect your boundaries. So I don't want to encourage you to move towards. When you went to the party, um, did you feel a little? Did you feel a little like? Well, here's the card that I just clarified with, right? There they all are at the party. I think this is you back here. And so it's not like if she's at the party, she's having a good time and nobody's leaving her out or anything like that. And it's a nice party too. It's just sort of like you're out of the loop of knowledge on this one. And this one says that too. Now, when you say your boundaries, was he like rude or mean? Felt alone and like I didn't need to be there, but he was really so yes on me. Okay, so that's perfect. Look, there you are, feeling alone and like you don't need to be there, and there they all are. Now, I think this is like he's getting an encouragement from somebody to ask you to dance. That's for sure. He kept wanting to make me be with him. Oh, so he was like a little too pushy. Like, was he rude, pushy, or just really excited? Let's actually, before we move on, because he shows up. He shows up later here. This guy here. Can you guys just show us a little bit about this guy and this guy? Ooh. Okay, so it shows basically, okay, so like excited pushing, not like, okay. So when I threw cards, um, basically what they said when I just asked about him, he's a bit more traditional than you are, and um, I shouldn't assume gender, right? But you've confirmed now that it's a him, but like um, a little more traditional than you are, right? So, and some of it is like not his idea. It's like he's been pushed. He was extra nice to make you be with him. You're not into them, and you can see it. Okay, gotcha. So it's showing. When I asked, it doesn't show any danger cards on him, which is good. Thank goodness. I got scared for a second. Um, but it shows you as sort of modern and um, unafraid to speak your mind and that kind of stuff. And him, he's not okay. He functions under some rules, like some traditional rules, but I don't know that that's really his idea, or if the community or family that surrounds him expects him to be really traditional. Because while it shows up like, he was sort of traditional with you, like masculinity needs to be this way, right? And since I'm the masculine party here, I need to treat you in XYZ ways, right? But it almost feels like it's something he's been pushed into and not really how he feels about things. And that what's interesting, it says here in these cards too, is that something about when you were younger, like if you had met this person when you were a little younger and you still believed some of the hype about traditionalism, he would have been your ultimate dreamboat because there was a time where you definitely felt motivated by some traditional ideas and definitely were romanticizing the traditional ideas. Yeah, see? And and so what's interesting um is that you sort of both are coming from the same place. It's just like he's still stuck there. I don't know that I think you might see him again. And I think he could surprise you. Now, I'm not saying push yourself into doing something that you're uncomfortable with, don't do that because I'll tell you what the rest of the cards say here in a minute. But it's really interesting because here you are, modern um, and unafraid, right? And here he is, and here are all of these sort of dinosaurs around him. Like one's even holding their baby because there's a family of dinosaurs, basically, that are trying to tell him like who to be and how to be. Um, right type of man. You have the same colors, but you don't like him at all. Yeah. See, it's interesting. But then it shows you like younger, right? And you would have been like, "Oh my gosh, he's so traditional. He asked my dad blah blah blah, and I loved it." Um, and he's such a respectful young man, and blah 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 blah. Um, but then things are easier than you think. Is the card that also came up as a descriptor for him, right? And so what's interesting is he may not be the worst person for you. It could wind up being that he's sort of being fed all sorts of nonsense. And because of how he's presenting to you, um, how he's presenting to you, right, is definitely not appealing to you. I don't think that that's who he is. So this makes some sense to me. Um, okay, so that then moving into the now, right? You got the temperance card, right? Which is talking about making sure you have a great balance. You have a great work, school, social balance, and that you also take. They say you really when you remember to take care of yourself, you take beautiful care of yourself. Like when you're able, when it's something you're focusing on, like your skincare is next level, right? Your hair care, your nail care, you're getting good sleep, you're eating well. Like when you're focused on it, like you do that better than a lot of people. And but you go through phases where you sort of forget about it. And I'm not quite sure what else you're doing at the time. Probably is focusing on school or partying, or I mean, I don't know, but or just go. You hit a phase where it sort of seems like, gosh, I have to do this every day again. Like I have to do my skincare again, which we all have felt that way, right? But they're just saying make sure to treat yourself beautifully, like the way you are able to do, and and make it almost like fine art. They're saying something else right now about how there's some elements in your knowledge of. Can you guys tell me what you're saying? There's some elements in the knowledge that you hold and the way you're able to take care of yourself that you could almost like monetize, right? Can you clarify? Do you live in like a dormitory situation? Do you live around a bunch of live around or you're trying to do that? Well, so what they're talking about right now, okay, is that you're around a bunch of people um, that, like yourself, want to take care of themselves beautifully and admire when you are doing it. Like they are have a lot of admiration for you. So like, um, so are you in when you're in school? Are you in something? Your family? Okay, so but at school, like, do you have access to? Are you in a club or studying something where you're with people in a college town? Okay, because what they're talking about here, right? So this is your ability to do beautiful self care when you're focused on it, and it has not been unnoticed, especially by the other people that would really like to be able to do that. Healing organization. Okay, this is exactly what they're talking about. So they're talking about, and maybe you're already doing it. Okay, I'm not sure, but they're saying if you bring some of these elements, and maybe you already are, um, of this beautiful self care, right? That that number one, it'll help you always remember to love yourself first, because when you do love yourself first, you're unstoppable, and also it could benefit these people. So um, when you are at this organization, adding some kind of element, right, of sharing your methodology to self-care, and especially with younger women, you can start that idea, right, and crack the door open by making it beauty oriented self-care, um, because they're interested in that. They want to look good, and they want to know shortcuts to look good, and they want to know affordable ways to look good, um, and you can sneak some stuff in there, you know, um, if they're giving themselves a facial or whatever, if you're teaching Korean skincare, or well, we're talking about social media as well. So like, I think you should do it. So so anyway, but first they're showing this is like your group, right, that you hang out with, right, and you're bringing to them the gift of self care. Hi, Jojo. Hi. We love you. We hope you got to talk or look or wink at Gwen. Thank you for stopping in and have beautiful dreams. And yes, so they're talking about, um, you can get in there with the, having spa days, right, where you teach facials, but you talk about taking, taking time to have positive self-talk while you're doing those things, and how just doing these little beauty routines, you can really work in the thought of, like, if your prayer is religious or spiritually based, you can talk about praying or meditating while doing that kind of stuff. If it's self-empowering based, you can talk about mantras and how self-care is a great time to notice all the beautiful things about you and just set your intentions for the day. Like, that's really important. And like, the death card pops up for that too, right? Which actually, the death card is always about new beginnings, new growth, right? Um, and so, like, this is something, this this is something where you could start a whole new chapter for these girls, but with for yourself as well. And and so you'll be doing beautiful, beautiful, beautiful things for them, beautiful things for them. And you could bring this to social media. You could bring this idea where you join Beauty Talk, but you talk about, um, you're doing something beautiful with your skin, because they keep showing me that you take care when again, when you're on your self love program, like, you have like that glass skin sometimes that people want, and you have it from, you just look beautiful. Um, and it's because that self-care is so important sometimes, especially if no one's ever taught these girls how to do it. And if they're only doing this stuff to look good for other people, whether it's to impress the other girls so they can be competitive, or for a guy, or for social media, like, they really, really, really could learn something from you about self-love. And yeah, see, Kat, right. You can talk about that kind of stuff and use this self care as a way to open the door. And then on social media, can you show us? Oh, there's the cards. Can you show us, like, are we right about the social media, about doing the same type of thing? Can you show us, like, what you should do, like, with beauty, um, on social media? That's just me having super hands. Can we see what beautiful dreams you do on social media? Yeah. So again, these are major arcana stuff, and to talk on that, I made info posts on that too. So you got a whole bunch of major arcana again just now, when I just said, can you show us our social media? Like, first came up is the Hierophant, right? Who is some sort of like, it's a teacher, right? It's a teacher, and they don't tell you how to think. They sort of teach you how to think in a lot of ways, like philosophers, right? It's not saying you should think this way, but it's sort of leading them in having a healthy way to process their thoughts. Um, and that's that. I mean, this is you on social media, so you take these brilliant ideas, and this organization that you're already part of and doing this part of your heart, you take, you know, um, you take the beautiful things you can do with beauty and self-care stuff, and you bring it into the other thing you're passionate about. And so anyway, so if you brought this stuff to life, the Hierophant is there, the Strength card is there, and look at that. Look at that. Look at how, I mean, if I was going to do a little doodle of self love, right, and loving your inner beast, and loving everyone no matter how scary you think they might be. And there it is. And then the last one that came up was the Queen of Swords. And look at her. Lady, she is in a high rise with diplomas on the wall in her office. But what's fascinating to me about this is in this deck, right? She's in that position of power. But if you'll notice, she's in that position of power because look what she's holding in her hand. She's got a golden heart. That golden heart is radiating into this office and out into the streets. And she's in that position because she's never let go of that golden heart. This also makes sense why when you said, can you tell me what's coming towards me for my higher and greater good? The first thing the guide said was yourself. Because, oh my gosh. Now, let me tell you, the next card that was in the initial read is the Lovers. It is the Lovers. Now, the Lovers can sometimes mean, passionate and wonderful, fun things, but it's not, even though it's the Lovers card, it's not always permanent. The Two of Cups is personally what I would want to see if I, was looking for my forever person. But the thing I'd like you to notice about the Lovers here, first of all, he definitely is a little more passionate about her, but she's still quite happy. And look at though. He's a fox. He's a fox with this little white tip on his tail. Look who you were dancing with in October. And then here you guys are again. He's a fox with a little white tip on his tail, and you're the fox that has the long brown tail. So he circles back around. The world, right? The world came up again. Your question was, what's coming for me for my higher and greater good, right? The world means, once you get it, and again, I believe this from what I've seen in your cards and my interaction with you. Once it clicks for you, like, this is what I want to do, like, I'm going to bring all my passions together and I'm going to make something beautiful out of it. There's nothing that's going to stop you. Like, I think you've always been that way. It's just figuring out how to put all the pieces together. And once you do that, the world is yours. Now, of course, the world can be messy and will take falls and stumbles and stuff, but I think this will be your introduction to the world. Maybe it's not your forever thing. I don't know, but if you're literally teaching that beautiful, they just keep showing me how glowing you are, both from the inside. They keep showing me a picture of you glowing. Your heart is glowing and your skin is glowing. And so, it's just the beginning, but like, what a beautiful beginning. Like, if you start off empowering girls in your organization and on social media and talk about real beauty and self-care versus fake, false, filtered beauty. And then who knows, maybe you can talk about your organization and it will grow into a movement online. I don't know, but like, it could. Then it is interesting. There will come a time in the near future where you will need you're going to make a choice, though. You're going to make a choice. First of all, okay, I don't know if this is your family. I think it is. It feels like if it's not your family, it's somebody that you formed a family with where they got you. Like, you don't worry about starving, right? Like, you may worry about making your money and becoming who you want to be and becoming completely self-sufficient and that kind of stuff. But you're in a position, a really blessed position, where whoever your people are, they're not going to let you starve. Like they're eternally, that's the eternity sign, right? Now this is not a super rich situation. This is just a little bit of coinage, but it's always there. They are always there. They're not going anywhere, right? Um, and so that's really good to know, because there may come a time kind of soon where you're sort of choosing between stability and going for it. Um, so here's stability, and it is stable. Like every day he does the same hard work, right? And it pays off. It pays off, and there's nothing wrong with that. He's happy enough doing that. Um, but here's look at them shooting their shot. Like they feel like rockets. I think it's also interesting that um, the fox girl is up here, and that there's other sort of feminine creatures, flying through the air with her. It's like you're going to launch these girls are going to launch with you. Maybe you will have people, or maybe you already do have partners in that organization, or maybe you just have other people that are members, but something will take off for you to the point where like, hey, I need to take on a couple helpers, and I know the girls. I already know which girls, and they'll launch with you. And so I think that the reason this came first is they're saying you're not going to starve. You have your people. They're always going to make sure you're okay. It is your choice, but you don't have much to be scared about. You've already applied? Okay. I want to ask for clarifiers, but I do want to say the very last card that came out after that is take the first step today. Okay. Walking down that road. And what's interesting here is I don't really know what these little doodles are off to the side. They sort of look like weird potatoes, but they turn into coins. It's like they're sort of weird potatoes here on the outside, and then they turn into coins as they move upward. Yeah, I bet it does, right? There she is, carrying some people up on her back, on her head, really. Um, but what this also could be is is that right? Yeah. Okay. So what this is actually is, of course, we've already seen the women that are going to shoot with you through the sky. But what this is, okay, because I just asked my guides and probably your guides too. But what this is, these are your thought babies. These are your dreams, and they're safely there in their little pods, right? And they're part of you, and you're keeping them safe, and you're blooming around them while you keep your future thoughts and hopes and dreams safe. They're attached to you. You've got them. You're supporting them with your hands as you move on down the road. And it's saying, take the first step today. So you're taking your thoughts and dreams, your little dream babies, down the road because you're ready. I want to ask one more question. Guides, if you were choosing between these arrows, if you were, from the perspective you guys have on this person right here, and you were going to give advice about which one to choose, can you show us? Got the High Priestess. It's another major arcana. The High Priestess spiritually is connected to the universe, right? She's connected to the flow of everything, and she goes with the flow of her heart and with the flow of her spirit. So I don't think there could be a louder answer. So I'm sorry, I wish I could tell you, like, I think originally you were hoping to hear about boys. There's a boy. There is a boy. And I think you'll surprise each other. Now, I think he already knows he thinks an awful lot of you, though. He thinks an awful lot of you. But I think, honestly, he's been fed a lot of crap, and I'm sure, look, I'm sure there's some fraternities that are great. There's in every stop, Birdie, don't scare everybody. In every organization in the world, there's some good aspects and bad aspects, and so I don't want to crap on frats, but he may be with a lot of other young men who have some right ideas and some wrong ideas. And to me, what it looks like is he likes you enough that if you gave him your opinion, right? If you guys had a chance to just sort of talk, like you run into each other at school or whatever, and you have a chance to sort of chat about things, you could just sort of talk about it indirectly, and just be like, at my organization, I'm teaching my girls that, you know, what they want is a man who doesn't worry so much about tradition and what's expected by the old people, but what they want is a man who will respect and love them enough to listen to them. And he already likes you. He already likes you a lot. So you might actually have somebody there whose heart is in the right place for you, who might listen to you if you gave him an idea of how people like to be handled in the 2020s. Bird, hold on. It's been really nice to meet you. Do you have any follow-up questions? I'm going to grab my bird. I'll be right back. What are you doing, woman? You throw stuff down. Yeah. I want to put this back. Hey, coming? I can do that. Okay, I'm not mad. Are you ready to go? We'll put some more in. You want me to? Okay, well, I'll do that right now. And you can watch. But then you've got to go over there. And you've got to go back into your nest. There we go. There you go. You fed yourself. You put your food in your feeder. You got it going on, woman. You coming? You gonna come? Come on, please. Coming or not? You coming? Coming or not coming? Okay. All right. You can stay up here and throw stuff down. Just don't scream as much, please. Already throwing it down again. Let's see. See what we've said. Well, I was trying to talk this girl into it. I told him he couldn't tell me jokes like one of the boys. Never did again. Hey. Exactly. Yeah, Miss Cat. Thank you, Cat. I got your text. But yeah, you're coming towards you. But there is a guy, and he's way better than you think. What's interesting to me is all of the people at that party somehow knew it, and I don't know if they just know that he has a mega crush on you, or if they see something, from an outsider's perspective about how you guys might work really well together that you don't see yet because he's too busy being so excited with you that he can't function. So anyway, yeah, I hope that you subscribe if you would like and come back to see us. Um, like this one, all first readings on my channel are free, and then there's a lot of other times I'll do little things here and there to help people out, of course, and if it's an easy question, that kind of thing. You miss him as a friend. Well, that's interesting. Maybe, yeah, they're saying maybe just rekindle the friendship part and remember that what he needs is to hear. Like it could be maybe who knows? Maybe you just help him learn about dating in general, but then you've helped another woman, which you clearly with your organization are down for that, you know? I mean, I don't want to encourage anything if he's a scary guy. Like I'm not trying to certainly ever push you in the direction of him being because he's a scary dude, you know, like I don't want to be like, yeah, I totally go with him. This is Kitten Chops, one of her other decks. Look at these. She hand painted them all and made copies, and the paper feels like velvet, sort of silky and velvety. And this is the Magician. And these are some prototypes for what she thought she might do as for the Magician, and then she did this one. This is the Hierophant, which I love owls, so I love this one so much. Teaching. Yeah, isn't it cool? Here's the Hanged One, right? I love this idea that the Hanged Man or the Hanged One um, is hanging not just because they're indecisive, but because they're getting ready. They're getting ready to be ready. That's another cool one. They're all cool. Like it's sort of hard to figure out a cool one. This is the Empress. She's just beautiful. Let's see. They stick together is the only thing. This is the Hermit. Look at that, y'all. It's a snail. She's a snail sitting at her little snail desk. Good night. Oh, we look forward to seeing you again. And good luck with all of this. You got a lot of amazing things going on. Um, yeah, I'll try to be going earlier. It's been wonderful to meet you. And I can't wait to see your first video because, and I would love to see a skincare video based on what I can see in my mind anyway. Now the bird's looking at me like, you hate me. You never came and got me. It's like, yeah, I tried 3 times, you stubborn. Are you ready? Do you want to try and fly? Come on. Thanks. You gonna fly here? You think you can fly here? I think you could. You gonna fly? Can you do it? Baby beaks? Can you do it, baby beaks? No. I'll hang upside down. I'm very close. Oh yeah, actually, we'll totally join your social media. I don't have that many subscribers, but I would promote it to anyone you would like. Come on, baby. Come on. Come on, baby. Can you come? Can you come? Sorry, you coming? Here she comes. Her name is. Should we get you some Cheerios? Let's find the Cheerios. Here they are. We got some Cheerios and we got a birdie. Hello. You said you wanted to be on TV. You keep talking about it. Miss Cat, have beautiful dreams. I'm so sorry about the funeral tomorrow. I think that gentleman will be coming around soon to talk with you because he came so quickly tonight. Um, And he definitely, he's out. Ouch, ouch. He's just definitely a really friendly, loving kind of guy. Have beautiful dreams. Unless Halada Sharma. Hello, angel message. Are you wanting to have to receive an angel message? Yeah, it's interesting. Isn't it pretty? The colors really came out. I guess um, certain places where you buy these beautiful dyes, they give them like the basics, but they don't even tell you that they don't get probably they don't get their fresh fruits and veggies that they're supposed to have or anything like that. And and so I already thought she was beautiful, but the more fruits and veggies she eats, it's like the colors she eats like come into her feathers. And are you going to get on the computer? Is that what you're doing? She's looking good. Yeah, I'm sorry. I think we accidentally rolled the microphone. Here we go. Let's try it this way. When she was kicking and screaming, I think we knocked it over. Yeah, isn't it pretty? And then under, like her under wings are turquoise. So pretty. Is the sound better, Miss Pix? And unless I'm so sorry. I know you said angel message twice. I'm trying to figure out if you what kind of information you're looking for. I'd be happy to tell you. So pretty. Okay, good. I'm glad it's better. Sleep beautifully, Miss Katarina. I can't tell. So see, when you repeat angel message, I can't tell if this is if you are, with respect, if you are a robot or not, because robots come in and type the same thing over. Right. I'm absolutely delighted to do a oracle card, but because there hasn't been any other words, I don't. It's hard to tell about robots on the site. I mean, I know which deck I would use. I would use the Universal Love Tarot for an angel message. Now I say what about the robot? Yeah, I don't know how to tell though. Like, I wish I was smarter about this stuff. I don't know how to tell. Like I don't know. Like, if can I go on my? Can I look on my phone on the stream and click and see? Yeah, I think maybe. You know, I can go to that channel and see what's going on there. So 81 subscribers. There are videos. It's always the same person. So it's the same person. So I'm not sure. I think this person looks like a great person. I just don't know if this person got hacked or not. I think this person is good at coding and mathematics too, because I've got Metatron talking. Can you come up here for a second so I can touch the cards, baby girl? Hello. So I can touch the cards? I'm just gonna shuffle and pull one for the bot, because the bot has a real channel. Yeah, yeah. I wish you would speak to us. I feel like give you a better situation if you're not a robot. Guys, can you give this person or robot one card? Listening. About listening to yourself, whether you're a robot or not. You're about to receive an important message from your higher self or someone dear to you who has passed into the realm of spirit. The information you will receive will clarify and shed light on something important to you. Over the coming days, try to relax and find time to switch off from the outside world, bring your focus within, and listen for intuitive whispers that flow through your mind or feelings that swell up from within your heart chakra. Listening is receptive and stillness is perceptive. Listening is more than just holding your tongue while you wait for your chance to speak. It is quieting your thoughts, feelings, and assumptions so that you can receive the message clearly and fully. An overflowing cup can hold nothing more. Make space in your heart and mind to receive the messages coming your way. And then the guides are, in fact, saying that whoever this message winds up being for, it's going to come in your dreams. The loved one with the message is going to come in your dreams. But when they do, be ready to listen. And don't be freaked out or anything like that. Just stay calm. Listen to what they have to say. And trust that if you don't get it the first time you dream about it, that they will come back because they love you. I believe they recently passed away as well. So I don't know who's supposed to see that because I think that was a robot. But someone's supposed to, or they wouldn't have given us a card. Recently passed away. That might be for you, Kat. I'd be prepared for maybe a few different unusual experiences tomorrow. Is that right, y'all? I don't know if there's like a gathering after, like at the church or somewhere. I'm seeing like, like the serving dishes where you can get like, I don't know, like buffet type food sort of. And it feels like your friends might literally walk in and sit down next to you while you're out in public. Which, if that's the case, welcome to the club. Yeah, it is. Metatron is one of you guys. Hold on. That was for you, I bet. Yeah, hold on. It is pretty. take a picture. And then they were saying, they kept saying it's someone who's recently passed. Yeah, Metatron is yours. Metatron's not. I think you're one of two, right, that have Metatron as a guide. Metatron's intense too. Like I've tried to interact with that energy, and it's not. Of course, it's not mean or anything like that, but it's very strong energy. All angels are, but like it's like I don't know how to put it. Like formal or extremely straightforward. Let me take a picture of the page too. Yeah, a high voltage is sort of a good way to put it, but it's almost, but it's like if they were a person, I'd maybe call them stodgy a little bit, like the rules. Um, like like in the Bible, like a lot of angels say, do not be afraid or whatever. It feels like Metatron would be like, you're probably afraid. I don't care. Focus now. Focus. Focus. I've got a message. The message is the important part. Me being exact as I relay it is also important. Directness. Blunt. There it is. Why? I don't know why I was having such a trouble. Blunt. Because they're all honest. They're angels. They're all honest. Blunt. Metatron. I do like that Alan Rickman. Maybe it was Alan Rickman. Played Metatron in the Kevin Smith movie. And he did it beautifully too. I was like huge cringe. Got chills on the description. Okay. Well then they talked about dreams too. They talked about dreams, but then they did show me like so if you go somewhere to eat with the folks tomorrow or if there's like a buffet, apologies in advance, this bird might be about to crap on me. Um uh but so dreams, and it was like it was about focusing in the dreams, right? I don't know if it's going to move real fast or what, or if it'll be like Dogma. I'm sorry, the movie is Dogma, the Kevin Smith movie, um, and I'm pretty sure that he was Metatron. He was one of the major angels. But yeah, he was Metatron.
You mean Alan Rickman, right?
Yeah. Did I
Yeah,
say
yeah.
something
He
else?
was Metatron.
Did I say? I thought I said Alan Rickman, but maybe I didn't. I know I said Rickman. When I looked up Alan Rickman, I think I said Alan Rickman. But so anyway, yeah. Um, he was Metatron. Dogma. I'll send you a link of him in Dogma because he's extremely such a huge crush. Sleep beautifully, cat, cat. Let's see here. Dogma. Metatron. I'm gonna try and find one and send it to Cat because I just think Alan Rickman is like I've always thought beautiful. Huge Metatron crush. Once Alan Rickman played Metatron, anyway. There we go. Now you've got dogma. You got dogma and catma. I got birdma. It's like that, ma. Behold the Metatron. Come over here. Let me get some Cheerios. Sleep beautifully, Miss Cat. Miss Pix, I'm going to remind you that please think a little bit about Tori for whatever reason. And then if you wind up having Tori questions, let me know. Because they want to talk about it. And I don't know if it's like, I don't know because I haven't asked important questions at this juncture, but I don't know, it worries me when she's had bad health and stuff that maybe the boys will regret not visiting or something. Behold the Metatron. Okay, so we'll have to do your cards, your angel cards again, Pixie. Usually when people have lost their paper, there's been once or twice people have lost their paper and we do it again. Then they find their paper and they've been pretty consistent. Ouch. Why are you being so mean? Baby Meek. Yeah, have a Cheerio. You are my baby. You are my baby. You want this one? Kisses. Ouch. Why are you so aggressive right now? Okay, just eat your Cheerios then, baby. Kiss? No? Cheerios? Okay. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, again, they're not screaming anything, but because they've mentioned it a few times and I've forgotten, and it's been just since I've been streaming, since I don't know, like the 10th or 11th or something, which coincides with when she went in the hospital. So, maybe it's just one of those things where they're saying maybe you should just call and or whoever you have in common, ask how she's doing. Oh yeah, no, of course not. Plus, she's just a kid. She's a lost kid at that, and she's a sick kid. I know you get it. I know you're not mean to her or anything like that. And part of the reason, it's even remotely upsetting is because she's been so important to your guys. Yeah, I don't know why they're talking about it then. If I get more information, I will let you know. But I'm sort of listening now. You guys have any stuff about Tori? Okay, so the only thing they just now said is I said, "Do you have stuff about Tori?" And they said, "Yes." And I said, "Okay, what is it?" They said she feels terribly unloved. Not by you guys, just in general. And I guess it's because they know that you guys all do care about her, even if she made you sad. That might matter. That might matter to know for you guys to know. She also feels regret, but doesn't really know how to fix it. Right? Is she gonna die soon or something? Not is she gonna die? Okay, let me clarify because to you guys, our whole lifelong is soon. Is Tori going to transition into non-physical in the next few months? No. Next year? that felt like a maybe. I'm not sure. Is this more about mending fences? Yes, it's about mending fences. It's about mending fences, and but I mean, I think what it is she's been thinking about it a lot and wishing, that she could figure out how to fix it. But if she's with this guy who, while I believe he loves her, if he's this possessive, is definitely, not always healthy. And especially, I mean, I was with a not healthy person when I was very ill, and that's downright scary because there's nothing you can do. There's nothing you can do to defend yourself at all if they decide that they're going to be problematic, especially on days you can't get up and walk across the floor. So it's pretty hard to take a stand. Um, yeah, I'd agree with you. I think he does love her, but I think that he's not healthy. His balance is not healthy. And, there's reasons for that. Like, sick people attract sick people. And I know she's not sick in the same way, but I had to learn that an interesting way too, right? Is that I was sick in a different way, am sick in a physical way. Most of the time it's primarily physical. And but that drew in somebody who's mentally sick because, how they always say, like attracts like. Well, it's like in its really energetic level sense, like, unwell, but it's not always specific. It's not like, okay, well, I have cancer, so I attract somebody with cancer. No, it's just someone else unwell. And then you've got to shift your head um, gears to think differently about your condition before you draw in somebody else. Well, somebody who's better anyway. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, that's the other thing, is that they're all children. Think about that. I mean, you started a lot of grown up things pretty young too. But when you look back on it, don't you still see like you were a baby? Like, even if you were handling your shit, which most of the time you were, you still were a baby handling your shit. And so, a strong baby, a baby that worked hard day in, day out, but still baby, a lot of baby thoughts and baby feelings, and then faced with tremendous pressure, um, like illness that's been a long time, and worried about cramming 80 years of life into 35. And I'm with you, Claudia. It's the barometric pressure for me, man. I'm sorry you're in pain, though. Which pain are you talking about today, girl? Cat liked the Metatron video. No, that's not a way to get in less pain, let me tell you. I don't think he does. I'm just going to tell you the truth. It doesn't feel great in terms of him handling things. And then, he does really love her, so seeing her like this doesn't do him any good either. Have you tried an ice pack, Claudia? I ask that because for years I avoided ice packs because I thought I had conditions that, would be better off with either heat or nothing. And then I started trying ice, and in weird situations with pain that you wouldn't anticipate, ice would help, and it can help a lot. Yeah. Yeah. No, she loves your boys. I mean, like family. She loves you. Can you feel, Claudia, where it comes from in your spine? Because you know how you can track your pain back. Is it like between your shoulder blades? Because you could put ice there or wherever it feels like, or if it feels like, for me, a lot of times it's like from my whole neck is like on fire down to like about between my shoulder blades, top of the rib cage, and then I get neuropathy in my hands and feet, right, where it's tingling and pins and needles and all that kind of stuff. And the ice can help quiet it a little bit. Yeah, I think she was trying to keep the peace. I do think she does care about him some, fear him some, and also just fear missing out some of life's experiences. And he's the one there saying he wants to have them with her. Do you want whole Cheerios? Okay, hold on. Let's get you some more, honey. Let's get you some more Cheerios, baby. Ow! You're done now. There's a difference between being sassy and being a total biatch. You've had plenty of time out. I would love to hang out with you more. You know I love you very much. Do you know that? Kiss and love you very much, but you just hurt the hell out of me. I want to have you take a nap in my hands. I want to be your cup nest, but you just bit the shit out of me for fun. Are you mad that I'm talking to other people? Little dinosaur? Dinosaur beak? Kisses? Kisses? You ready? Yes. Go in here. Up to your nesty. Here's your Cheerios. Here's your Cheerios. And remember, you put all your Fruity Pebbles in yourself. You should be so proud of that. There we go. Now, no more biting the crap out of Mom. I love you, but I didn't like that. Oh, sorry. Here we go. Oh, there's birdie Cheerios everywhere. This is why the rainforest has so many trees. There's not a bird alive that can ever have a full piece of food. Yeah, naughty bird is right. Okay, I love you ladies very much. I have crossed my goal time, but only by a little bit. We got to meet someone new who I think is awesome. She's a real cool girl. She's a go-getter, all right, that young woman. So I'm going to kill the stream. Sending you love and light. I'm going to be trying to stream a lot more since I am jobless and trying to figure out something. And have beautiful, amazing dreams. I was really excited to get to meet Brandon yesterday. And love, 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 love. Thank you for all of your help, everyone.